Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Okay, without wasting any time, let's start analyzing the market. So, what do we have? So, we have week high, week low. I'm going to delete this, this, this. We are currently trading below previous day low, and previous day low was inside bar. So previous day's low was 29,683.25. And previous day's high was 29,30,094. Okay, so what this thing, previous day's high and previous day's low, price is currently trading below previous day's low. Just in case if we get a 15-minute reversal on this, then we will be targeting previous day's high. The other target would be Thursday's high. So that's what we have on daily time frame. 4-hour time frame. Yeah, this is a little odd because there was a holiday. There was holiday in between. Now to 4-hour time frame. What do we have here? Okay, so this is previous day's low, this is previous day's high. Okay, that's good. Do we have any fair value gap? We have a fair value gap which is right here. Do we have any liquidity sweep? Not really much big fan of this liquidity sweep right here. Let's see. Still gonna mark this 4-hour time frame fair value gap. Not much happy to see this, like not I'll not be expecting any reaction out of it, but if it comes, then we'll see. I'll explain the reasons later. Let us just finish analyzing first, and then let's see. So right now, as we can see, price is accumulating, consolidating right here in this range. Let's see if we can see a catch a reversal here at the bottom for this final session high. No fair value gaps on 1-hour time frame. It is the low of this candle, 29,557.50. Okay. High of this candle is going to be 29,744. So that's buy side liquidity. Okay. So to 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame. Okay. We might get a trade around here, but just because we do not trade in the first 15 minutes of market open, we will wait. Looking at 15-minute time frame structure here, this reversal was pretty good, but see, there is like this is a structure change, but look at this green candle. It's so weak that assuming a structure change here is not that good. Okay, another example. Keep these things in mind. Watch this bullish order block with this bearish order block right here. It is overlapping with 15-minute time frame for value gap, which is right here. And what's the reaction that came out of it? These are the ones which are pretty strong. Also, we got liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection, IFVG, also BPR. Tap into this. Price is moving lower now. It has delivered its target, so there's nothing for us as of right now. Okay, let's check one more thing. CVD is negative starting yesterday. Like when market opened, At 6 p.m. yesterday, it's just negative. So what bias do we have? We might have one trade here if 15-minute candle closes somewhere below here. Then we might look to take market long till 741, or its other target is going to be weekly low. Until then, I don't see any I don't see anything open. So let's just wait. This is FMC week, so it is going to be a little confusing, choppy, and so on. But let's wait for good opportunity. There's no there's no need to rush. We will get a trade. Market is moving better than yesterday. There are still some wicks, but it's still going better than yesterday. So there is a bullish order block right here. Sorry, bearish order block right here. It is overlapping with this fair value gap, which means there are higher chances that it will take down the low. Higher chances that it will take down the low before moving up higher. And that's 56 points right here. There you go, low has been taken out. So these are just small observations that we can have. If you were short somewhere from the top, you should not be afraid if you get this kind of indication. These are pretty good indications that the price is higher. Price will continue moving downside and higher probability chance of that. Now once it has delivered the second tab, uh, could do anything. So just the first step. Even for us to look for longs, we need to see a 15-minute candle closure below the liquidity that is marked, below the sell side liquidity that is marked. If candle closes above that with a strong wick, like with a huge wick below, I will not be taking, I will not be looking for longs. 10 minutes into the market open, I already showed you guys 64 points of trade. Not that I would take any. The risk here is way too big. 89, 90 points. It did go about 80 points in your favor before returning. I have a great feeling today. I have a great feeling today that we might we will get a good trade. Tuesdays are generally better. Mondays are choppy. Tuesdays are generally better. The day on that day we get good trades. Yeah, this is good liquidity sweep, T-shaped rejection, but as I said before, we did not get a candle close below this 15-minute time frame, and there's a long wick below down here, which means the signal is not that great. Yeah, it can work. I'm not saying that it cannot work. It can work. But this, now this is a breaker block. This is a breaker block. Why? What this? Swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, which is high, low, lower high, lower low, higher high. And when price change the structure right here, it created like this, change the structure with a good closing. Now this green candles here, consistent consecutive green candles here becomes your breaker block from body to body. Okay, so this becomes a breaker block, and how you can take entry is you can take entry here, put your stop loss below, target whatever high it has made first and the other liquidity high that we have. So this is how your breaker block would look like or should work like. 60 points of risk and 30 points of 132 points of target. But as I said, we did not get any closing. Now this is just a signal that I explained. We still are waiting for level of interest. For level of interest, for a reversal trade here, we want to see a 15-minute candle close below. So this is just I'm explaining the signal here. Okay. When you have a level of interest and you get a signal with supporting CVD, there are higher chances of that signal working. With just some signal alone, there are chances that that signal might fail. Okay, it's not that you cannot enter here, you can always enter here, but there is a risk here, and I don't want to take risk unless I have everything that aligns with my system, which is level of interest, signal, and supported CVD. Just these three things are going to be enough for me to take a profitable trade. So I'm gonna take out the signal. I'll just explain how signal work and what should be the down liquidity for that particular signal. It did not satisfy the condition of taking down this low, hence I'm not entering into this trade. Also, it is within the first 15 minutes of market open, and work this. Even if you got the signal, yeah, CVD is supporting what this red candle price took down the low, volume did not, which is CVD is supporting the signal. It did take out the low, it did generate signal, CVD is supporting, but it did not satisfy the condition where it needs to close below this sell side liquidity. If not, then there are higher chances that this wick low is going to get taken again. So this is how you differentiate, and this is how you choose between trades. At this point, if I would have got that 15-minute candle close below and then got this signal, I would have entered long, but we did not get any. We just got a signal in the first 15-minute time frame, which means no trades. It did not satisfy the condition that 15-minute candle needs to close below that level. It did not satisfy that condition, so there is no reason for me to enter the trade. For me to enter the trade, we need three things: level of interest, level of interest. If we are looking for reversal trade, then we are looking for candle closure above or below the liquidity level that we are looking for, and signal with supporting CVD. Right now we have two things, but we did not get the first thing, which is level of interest. You'll see multiple times, like right now, look at this wick. If we get a 15-minute candle closure below this wick and then we get a good signal, then we might see this wick high or New York session high getting taken out again. Taken out. Just about being patient. So right now we have taken out Asia session low, we have taken out London session low, but we have not taken out London session high and Asia session high. So those could become draw on liquidity. Okay, now this is generally a good signal that I wait for, but it's still not satisfying the condition. Liquidity sweep below this, V-shape reaction, and if we get IFVG, we probably, now this is a good and great signal. If we get this IFVG, which we did not. And watch this, order block or value gap aligning with each other. But this format for value gap overlapping with this order block right here becomes a good strong signal for continuation downside, and it hit its target. Once you just start noticing all the small things, these small things work. It's just about how you read the candlesticks. Whenever you see a fair value gap, just check if it's overlapping with any order block. If it is, then that is a higher probability fair value gap. It will generally deliver the low that it went to. Now that is good for scalping, but risk reward there is unfavorable here. It was unfavorable here. Won't be the case all the time. Now what are we waiting for? We are waiting for a 15-minute candle close. Now because we got this wick on the first 15-minute time frame, I want to see a candle close below this wick low, which is below 29,491. Volume is 85,000 into negative. Not that much, it can easily turn into positive. Structure looks pretty bearish here. Like what this? This is what we were expecting yesterday, right? A good closing above that and reversal. Let's keep in mind that this sell side liquidity has now become this one. So 6 minutes later, if we see price closing below this and we get a good reversal signal, then we'll take that trade for long. We'll keep in mind the volume. If it goes beyond 200k, then we'll switch our bias to shorts. Those are just observations. The trade that we take is based on higher time frame PD array, which is order block, breaker block, value gaps, IFEG. Okay, watch this other thing here as well. What happened here? Look at this high, liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection, fair value gap, tap into this fair value gap, took down this low, and is now moving higher. What are the other drawn liquidities of 15-minute time frame? We have 29,328 and 29,274. And I explained you why this breaker block, the chances of this breaker block failing is high, and why we did not enter into that trade. 3 minutes, 3 more minutes. If we get good buying candles here, before this 15-minute candle closes, then there is a probability that after this candle closes, we might get a liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection for higher. Not small candles like this. I want to see a bigger candle like this. Although it feels that bias is pretty bearish today and it might continue to flow downside, but we still don't have the reason to enter any trade. Okay, 2 more minutes left. Liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection coming out of it. The only issue is it's leaving the wick behind. I would love to have. I would have loved if there was a good candle closure below this. Let's wait. Do we have any news? So July 7. No, there's nothing. So at 11 we have New York Fed inflation expectations, but that is at 11. Yeah, nothing as of right now. Last minute of this 15-minute candle. Let's see if it closes below this. If it closes below this and we get to see a liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, we will take that trade. $420 is almost 50 points of stop loss. Tapping into this prevailing gap. Okay, we got the 15-minute candle closure below this. Now there is a signal here. Liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, and there is this order block. CVD is also improving. Let's wait. I have a feeling that this wick will get taken out first before we get any signal for higher. So this is where it's 50-50 chance, and so I'm gonna wait. If there is any doubt, I'm not entering the trade. I will get a good trade. There's no reason why I would not get a good trade. I will get a good trade. So what it will be tackling and right now would be this bearish order block. One is right here, the other one is right here. This one is based on structure and this one is based on the most recent leg. We got the 3 consecutive candles that we are looking for. That's okay. The only thing is this wick here. Wick here is a little bit confusing me right now. Should I enter into this trade or not? A wick here leaves liquidity below. I would have loved to see a good candle closure below this candle. Now it did not, and is now giving me a reason not to enter the trade. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna avoid this trade. I'm gonna fade away this trade, and I'm gonna wait to see another good opportunity. keep in mind keep in mind our level of interest is now active. We got a good candle closure below the sell side liquidity that we're waiting for. Now we are waiting for a signal. We saw the CVD as well here. Now if we get a good liquidity sweep and volume stays up higher on CVD, we might be in for a good long trade here. Alright, this I did not sweep high first before coming down. For buy side liquidity, this would become one of the targets up there. I don't even see any fair value gaps in between here. Okay, I have one of the fair value gap here, which means one good liquidity sweep and we'll be looking for that. Okay, boys, get ready. If this IFPG gets inversed, this fair value gap, bearish fair value gap gets inversed, I'm looking for long with small risk. Low is 422. Only if it takes with green candle right now. If there comes any red candle here, this will be over. Okay, the CVD shows it was a green candle, hence our trade is on. Risk might be a little bit higher, but let's see. Still did not get the IFEG. This is not the cleanest signal that I've been looking for. But this is where I have to think a lot that whether the signal will work or not. Some signals are so great that I know that that's like you get a feeling that that will work. Now this trade is going to be a little risky. Okay, boys, I'm in this trade. I'm long here. This is a risky trade, hence lesser risk. we got everything that we are looking for. We got level of interest, we got signal, order block, we got this IFVG here as well supporting CVD. We got everything. So now it all depends on price. If it wants to give us target, it will give us target. If it wants to take a stop loss, it will take a stop loss. It's a little risky trade because we are directly trying to catch reversal, but we got all the things that we are looking for, so no regrets. Stop loss hit. So first loss in 2 weeks. I was especially like this was a risky trade here. I was just watching that. The wicks are damaging. Like look at this. Wicks are coming in. The wicks are a little bit confusing. But this wick I was not something that I look for. So that's the first loss of the day. First loss since we started this challenge. 46 points. Yeah, I was afraid of this week. I was afraid of this week. This week becomes a liquidity pool of liquidity. Just expecting if price completes this IFPG, if it goes up higher, goes above this, then we might be able to put the stops to break even. Unfortunately, it did not. And now it is leaving one of the Fairway gap right here, along with this order blocks. Look at this thing though. Look at the volume coming. Look at the volume coming down. Price is making lows, but volume is not. CVD is not CVD is not supporting this move downside. We might be able to see a good signal again. I will look to re-enter this trade. Okay, now volume is coming in. Price is now moving lower. 138,000 negative volume. Yeah. Was a risky trade. There was that was a risky trade, but we tried because we got everything. We tried. There's one thing that I missed was CVD. Price did not increase, volume did. Price did not increase. Oh, 15-minute candle closed. The volume is now negative. Volume is now moving lower. Let's see if we if we get another opportunity. If not, then we generally take just one trade a day. So we'll see if we get a good opportunity. If not, then that would be it. It did took out the low that was made on Thursday, and as I was explaining before, watch this. Price came down with speed below, and then when it went up higher, it went slowly. Yesterday we could have got a good trade, but then momentum was not good, and hence we did not enter into any trade yesterday. Today we did. Price took down the low below here. Just gonna mark that with sell side liquidity. 820, 850. My price is pretty bearish. I believe we might get a good signal around here. Price has already went down 172k into negative. $186,000 volume in negative. Looks pretty bearish. It's simply flowing downside. 1 hour time frame is also taking the lows. Weekly low we have here. There's another session lows at 29,160. $191,000 selling volume. Price is down to 2%. It could go down, like if it goes beyond 200k, then it could go down more than that. $200k negative. NQ is down 2% to 2.5%. If this continues, NQ can go down 3.5, 4%. As of right now, there is no trade I can see. There's 115 minute possible 115 minute like 15 minute will get forming in 2 minutes. That could be the one. Let's see. 200k negative volume is here. Price is smoothly going down. If we get a good level of interest again, like we might see a 15-minute fair value gap forming here. Once we get that, we'll look for a short signal into that. Minute fair value gap is overlapping exactly with that right now. So order block might be in play. We got an FVG here, V-shape supporting CBD, but also we got a liquidity sweep here, but not that good follow-up. Let's see, we have a 15-minute fair value gap above If we get to see a good reversal signal from that, look for another short, like we'll look for short. Until then we have to wait. There's no level of interest as of right now. It tapped into weekly low, but there's no candle closure below weekly low. Yeah, there's only one level of interest I can see as of right now, which is 15-minute fair value gap. Price is just consistently moving lower. CVD has tapped into 200k negative, which is pretty bearish. Also, NQ is down 2.2%, and after consolidating for some time, it can continue to move lower as well. Higher time frame structure say like 4 hour fair value gap, like a tap. It went lower. Another drawn liquidity below is 29,160, and then it's all the way low to 28,520. One good trade is going to be good enough. But let's wait. Let's wait. You might get an opportunity. Keep in mind we have Fed inflation expectation at 11. It is an orange folder, but could move the market. We have to be patient. There is no level of interest as of right now. Price is not into any level of interest right now. It is trading below previous week's low. If there could be one of the scenario that could set up is that 15-minute closes below the slow, below previous week's low, and then we can see a good reversal for higher. But generally time frame aligns something like this. Like if you are looking for previous day high or low, then you should be looking for 15-minute time frame. If you are looking for previous week's high and low, then we should be looking for 4 hour closure. Now the next 4 hour candle closes at 2 p.m. So it's gonna be a while before we get any trade for higher, if that scenario is gonna work. As of right now, we only have one 15-minute fair value gap which is not tapped yet. Price is swiftly moving lower without any struggle. Again, watch this for value gap. It is overlapping with this order block. High chances that it will take down the low, but as of right now we do not have any level of interest, so we are not entering into any trade. Hopefully we get to see a pullback here and a good signal here. Just give me a minute. The way I'm watching, it's 50k buying volume came in just below previous week's low. If it goes like lower than 125k negative, if it recovers up to that, then it could be bulls coming in, because the way it has came down, I don't feel that it's going to go all the way down. So we have to wait and see. If we get a good 15-minute reaction here, then we might be up for a trade. Volume is recovering, buying volume is coming in. So I would not stay bad as of right now. But yeah, it is already 140k into negative, which is still bearish. Now watch this. Watch this high. Price made this, the volume was at this high. When price went all the way down, volume did go down, but it did not go that much down. Now when buying volume stepped in, buying volume increased, it took out this high, but price did not. This could either mean there's a lot of buying going on here, or this could also mean that buyers are trying but they are failing. So it has two things. Now, how do we take into this? How do we get into any trade? We get into any trade based on the level of interest that we have. As of right now, price closed below previous week's low and is now moving higher. But I did not see a good liquidity sweep V-shape rejection. Watch this red candle here. We did not get to see any V-shape rejection that we generally look for. This 15-minute fair value gap could turn to be not a good zone if the current 15-minute candle closes too strong. Did you get it? That is the only gap that we have. That is the only level of interest that I can see in this down leg. I don't see any order blocks around here. I don't see any. Well, there's no FPG. There's only one fair value gap right here. If there was an order block like this, close to the price that we are trading right now, then I would have been looking for that too. But as of right now, I only see one bearish fair value gap on 15 minute. Hence, that is my level of interest. Well, if it is very small here, right here, if it is very small, and you see this kind of big buying candle coming in, then the chance of this micro fair value gap holding will be very less. Doesn't mean that price cannot reverse from there. If we get a good signal from that as well, then we'll look to enter shorts up there. No problem. Let's see. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's minimize this. What do we have? Okay. US expectation. It's still not in. Inflation target must be met with support from rising wages and demand before rate hike. I really don't know the meaning of that, but we have inflation target must be met with support from rising wages and demand before rate hike. I am not opposed to rate hikes. Intend to make future decision based on assessment of economic condition. From passes to of higher oil price has been proceeding at relatively rapid pace. BOJ should respond flexibly to changes in economic, price and financial condition. I June year ahead expected inflation 3.7 versus May's 3.5. Yeah, nothing that good or nothing that bad. Now watch this thing. Watch this thing. Price is price is just moving slowly higher, coming down with speed. Watch this here. Speed, slower, speed, slower up high, speed, slower up high, speed. Now what is this? Expansion leg, pullback, expansion leg, pullback. Now watch this thing again. It is moving up very slow. This could be another expansion leg tagging into any fair value gap. It could be this one or that one. Could result, and if we get a good signal, then we might get to see a good drop down again. But starting 10:15, which is almost 45-47 minutes, look at the wicks that came in. Almost each and every single candle has got a lot of wicks. This is now turning out to be a condition where we should not be trading. But yeah, let's see. Let's have a look. If we get a good tag and a good signal for reversal, we'll look into that. Okay, it has tagged into this 15-minute full value gap, like the smaller full value gap. But expecting anything out of this, like liquidity sweep V-shaped rejection, is going to be a little hard. Yeah, price is too slow today as well. Let's see what ATR do we have today. ATR ATR is still good. It's 27. Not that bad. But price action is not that great. Just watching this order block, small order block, it's still paying off. Still holding the price up higher. This small bullish order block on 1 minute. Price took out high, came back down, tap into this. Most probably it's gonna tap, go up higher again, tap, take out this high. And yeah, almost yeah, took out the high again. Small order blocks, but still holding. Now this will be a difficult to navigate. If 15-minute candle closes above this small bearish 15-minute fair value gap, this would be like an inverse. If this goes inverse, then chances that this fair value gap hold gets slightly reduced, especially when we have seen buying volume that stepped in about 60k, 60 to 70k buying volume stepped in, which is almost 30% of what we have noticed since morning. Mhm. Even with this small thing, there's this order block that should be supporting price for higher. There's no reason to get short here directly without any confirmation. Let's see 30-second time frame. Yeah, we might have noticed this IFPG, but this is not a good signal for shots. Not a clean signal for shots. 1 minute time frame bullish order block has been supporting quite well, moving price higher and higher. Even if it prints an IFPG right here, don't really think the price is too bullish, because we have seen multiple times that price inverses this 15-minute per value gap and then gives us a good signal for downside, which generally hits the target. Now watch this thing. This is the low that needs to be taken out before taking out that high or any green candle. But yeah, buying volume is stepping in. Look at this, it recovered more than 60, 70, 80,000 buying volume. Our price did not move up higher, and there is no proper liquidity sweep that has been done. So maybe in the afternoon session, if price comes down, takes out this low, invites our short seller to take the market down, but can reverse from here to a high. That is one scenario. And we have FOMC meeting minutes tomorrow, so expect price to be slow. Even small order blocks like this are supporting price higher, which is good for bulls. Nothing in here for bears yet. Nothing is saying that bears price will go down. There's no signal, there is no supporting price action. US to sell 100 billion 4-week bills on July 9 to settle on July 14. So inflation has increased. Labor market expectation improved in June. Household became more optimistic about their current and future financial condition, which means prices are no bad news. Okay, this did give us this liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection. What comes out of here is 50 points or 48 points of stop, and TP could be something like this. I have not entered into the shorts yet. A good candle closure here, and if we get to see another tap in this value gap here, it would be good. We got CVD supporting, tap into this 15-minute value gap. This candle closes red and gives us an entry into this 15-minute value, 1-minute value gap. It should be a good trade. I'm looking to enter shorts at 29,320. Just a little bit reluctant as there is almost no wick candle here. The price is low. I'm looking to enter short in this 1 minute for value gap. Now at this, it has taken multiple lows in this one candle and this one expansion leg downside. Chances are that if we get a tap into this value gap, we might see price going down. It can also continue to go down right here, as it has taken down, like done this displacement, tapping into this order block. But yeah, I'm still waiting for price to tap into this value gap. I have not entered into this trade. I'm still waiting for the price to tap into this 1 minute bearish fair value gap. I'll be taking this small risk here because this candle has almost no wick, which could become a draw on liquidity. But as of right now, there are multiple things that are giving a signal for downside, which is this 15-minute fair value gap tap, 1 minute high, 1 minute liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection. And looking at this leg, look at this series of red candles. It took down multiple lows, which is good for bears, which is a good sign for bearish continuation. But for me to enter into a trade, I need a tap into this fair value gap, which I still did not get a tap. There was an order block right here. We got a tap into this order block at 316 or 312, but we did not enter that order block today because we have a fair value gap. If we get a tap into this fair value gap, I'm looking to short, and I'll be looking to put my break even at the low that is made on this candle, which is 29,274.25. So I'm looking to enter shorts at 29,320, and I'll be looking to put the stops above this high, and break even would be below this candle low, which is 29,274.25. I stepped into this order block and it's now moving downside. I was expecting the price to tap into this fair value gap, which it did not do, and hence I'm still not in the trade. Missed it by almost 7 ticks or 2 points. This is going to be a little bit confusing now. I tapped into this order block, delivered the low where I would put the stops to break even. I was expecting price to tap into this fair value gap. So this is a little bit confusing and mostly looking to not to enter into this trade now. Yeah, that is also true. 3 minute fair value gap rejection. It tapped into 1 minute order block as well. Okay, so it's almost 11:30. I was waiting for this trade, but it tapped into order block and then gave us the first TP, or the place where we would have put the stops to break even. Not much excited to see another tap into this fair value gap now. Could be because what it does is puts this into break a block, creates this as break a block. price did tap into this fair value gap and hardly rejected, like rejected hardly for 25 points. This trade is active, but I'm not into this trade now. I'm not into trade now because it's almost 11:30. These candles, what these candles? There's almost no wick above here. These candles can become draw on liquidity, and if I am putting stop loss right here and that becomes a magnet for price to tap into, this is most probably not a great trade. Especially it's choppy, it's not moving down. We had multiple reasons for price to move down, should have moved down, but it did not. I'm not into this trade, but we got everything. We got to tap into this 15-minute bearish value gap. We got liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection with speed, and it took down multiple lows in one leg down, which is a good sign for bearishness to step in. Also, as we can see on CVD, we have three green candles and support, and against which we have three consecutive red candles, which is a good sign for bearishness. So this is a good trade for price to continue lower. Unfortunately, price just tapped into this order block and delivered the low. I was waiting for this fair value gap, which it did not tap, and either way, once it has tapped into below this low, I would have kept my stop as break even and I would have got stopped out. So this is the trade that we had, but now it's now it's like price would have taken us out at break even. It's 11:30, half an hour away from lunch. Uh, a day prior to FOMC meeting minutes. Price is slow. Everything is saying that now is not the time to trade, especially when price is low. Not the time to trade. We took a loss today, and we'll take this loss. This is the first loss in 3 weeks. So yeah, loss is part of the game. It's not that you're going to be 100% accurate all the time, but all you need to do is follow your system. Like, and our system is simple. We need higher time frame level of interest, which is currently 15-minute bearish for value gap. Then we need a signal. We got liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, and order block plus fair value gap. So that's the signal. Then supporting CBD, we got the supporting CBD as well. Three consecutive green candle, and after that we got three consecutive red candles. So this is the trade that we would have entered and got stopped at break even, right? So that's the system. Follow the system, you will get the result. And as we can see, one bad day or one loss is not going to affect much long term. If you just follow your system correctly, you'll consistently make profits. As we have seen last 2 weeks, we captured around 410 points. So a 46 point is just 10% of what we 46 points is just around 10% of what we made in 2 weeks. So no regrets. Following the system correctly with discipline, and losses are part of the game. See you guys tomorrow. I'm not going to look for any trade right now. We are not seeing any continuation happening. I'm watching these two candles without any wicks could become a draw on liquidity, especially when we have another internal pool of liquidity, which is 15-minute fair value gap right here. Price could move up higher, but the way we have got signals, it should be heading lower. So if I'm in this trade, I would have got stopped out at break even. But if I am in this trade, I would just wait for price to either take out stop loss or give us TP. As per my system, my as per my system, I would have got stopped out at break even. That's it, and that's it. This is a good trade, good signal. We got everything that we need for a bearish continuation downside. So I would suggest if you are still in the trade, you can hold it. You can hold it because we got everything that we look for in a trade. Now watch this. If there is this fair value gap, that is, if it forms a fair value gap here on 1 minute, it is combining with this order block, so it should stay below this low, or it should not take this green candle's high, which is exactly where your break even would be, and that should be the stop loss. If it takes this high, then it could be bulls continuing from here. So that is it for me today, guys. See you guys tomorrow. As always, another day. Tomorrow is FMC. Let's say if price action is good, we get a good trade. If not, then we'll wait. Okay. Good trading session. Please do like and subscribe if you like the way I break down the price. The break even should be above this candle high. This fair value gap overlapping with this order block, it must not take this green candle's high. This green candle's high. Wicks can do the damage. You just have to make sure that you put your stops above this green candle high, and it is higher chance that it will take down this low again. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.